Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on and give you a Weird Fact Wednesday story. So, a lot of you know that I'm an ultra runner, and if you didn't, I'm an ultra runner. And knowing that about me, or knowing me since I've been doing this, a lot of people assume that I have always run crazy mileage, or that I actually run crazy mileage now on a regular weekly basis. I don't. Maybe I should, but I don't. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory about me, because there was a point in time where I had never run more than a mile, and it was when I got tricked into joining the high school cross-country team. And that first day of practice, I thought I was going to die. I think we ran 3, maybe 4 miles. So freaking hard. It was awful. It was so painful. I didn't want to go back, but I was too afraid to quit, so I did the whole season. I stuck with it. I worked my way up. I got hurt, I worked my way down. So I ran my first marathon in college and loved it, had a great time, decided I wanted to stick with it. I set the goal. I think my mom told me about this. She had heard 2 women talking in the bathroom after this race, and one of them was working on running a marathon in all of the 50 states. And I said, I love that. I want that goal for me. I'm going to run a marathon in each state. I still haven't run a marathon in each state. I think I've only run in 5, maybe 6 states. It's to this day. So the goals change, right? And I got hurt in 3 of the 4 races I ran in college. School was getting harder. I didn't have time to train. I was undertrained, and then I'd always get injured. So I decided at age 21 or 22, I'll come back to running when I'm older. I've heard it's easier for women then. And then fast forward to 2018, I take this new job. A guy that has the desk next to me asked me to pace him in an ultra. I've never heard of ultras. It's anything longer than a marathon. I had no idea that you actually walked in these things. And we got to talking. I showed up at a few races. The atmosphere was incredible. And all of this is still sounding like crazy to me as we go. But I went to a few of his races. He had dropped out. It's still crazy that he made it as far as he did for his circumstances going into those races. And I got that wild hair that, I think I want to try this too. So I started training in 2019 to run my first ultras, which was going to be a 50 miler and a 100K, which is 64 miles. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. My dog is snoring. And at that time, 100 miles still sounded awful to me. I had 0 interest in ever doing that, and it wasn't until September of that year I got a wild hair again and talked to the couple of guys I'd been training with. I was like, I think I want to do this. We signed up while it was still fresh in my mind before I could quit, and now I'm sitting here in front of you today training for a 250 miler that I'm going to run the first full week of May. And all of this is to tell you that everything sounds crazy when you haven't done it yet. And having someone else do it can help you normalize it, but until you start on that journey for yourself, all of it can sound big and crazy. And I'm not even talking about running. I'm talking about anything you're interested in doing in life. So my challenge for you is to look into what it would take. Take that first step, maybe a literal one, maybe a figurative step. What is that big dream that you're interested in but sounds crazy, it's too far-fetched, you could never because of X, Y, and Z story that you've made up for yourself? And drop it in the comments. I want to know what your crazy big thing is, and if you're having trouble getting started on it, reach out to me and let me know where you're struggling. I'd love to help you work through that, because you can do big things. And you won't do them overnight. I tell you that story to say that my running journey took me from never running more than a mile to training for 250 over the course of almost 20 years. So you can do big things, you can do scary things. Everything is going to sound a little bit crazy until you do it, or until you hear about someone else who's done it, who you can relate to and normalize that it might be very possible for you, because it's very possible for you.